Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 174 for the 14th of August, 2022. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Immediately subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Immediately. Do it.
Do it.
Now. And hit the old like button as well when you obviously have watched this and like it. And don't forget to comment because it helps the channel. So if we say something silly or controversial or stupid, goes out on it. What a week.
Yes.
Well, this is gonna be grim. We should probably just get through it and try and
be as happy as we can.
Be as happy as we can, given the news.
And our first story is Anne Hesh burning to death in a car.
No, that's.
Oh, sorry. Is that not?
That's not our first story. The first story. In fact, hang on a second. I need to play the jingle first. Story is this video has been removed for rights reasons.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
Olivia Newton-John tributes have come in, obviously, because the now late great, she was always great. Olivia Newton-John's gone, died 73, cancer.
How grim is that? The beautiful, talented, lovely, beautiful. Do you know I've got a shoulder fetish because of Olivia Newton-John? Do you know that? I do like a nice shoulder.
I didn't know that.
I do like a nice shoulder thing.
That's
because
of the you're the one that I want. That end bit.
Yeah. That outfit she gets sewed into.
She was being interviewed on GMA or one of the breakfast shows today or whatever it was, and she came across as being absolutely delightful.
I know.
Anyway, so 73, obviously most famous for Grease, but she also did Xanadu as well. She did fitness videos.
Let's get physical.
Let's get physical. She did that anyway. Just a huge talent. Anyhow, was she not married to one of the Bee Gees at some point as well? Am I getting that? Am I getting her mixed up with Lulu?
Never get her mixed up with Lulu. It's a big difference.
I don't find Gibb there. Yeah.
No, not sure.
Yeah, maybe not.
I think her husband died in a strange way. Fell off a boat. Did he not?
Did he? That's how they got Robert Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a sort of thing in her early life. She had a bit of tragedy as well.
Yeah.
Just talking about the Bee Gees.
So her father was a British spy during World War II. There you go. They fled with the family when the Nazis came to power in 1933. They moved to Australia in 1954, where she was raised. So there you go.
There you go.
Living neutron bomb.
Neutron bomb.
I don't know who was it that called her that. It was some DJ or other in the UK called her that.
Yeah, there you go. Disappearance of Patrick McDermott.
Right.
What are we like, by the way? So this is a bit Olivia Newton-John dying. We're digressing to the mystery of
her husband.
Her husband that died. He was on a fishing trip.
So you're right. It wasn't to do with boats.
Yeah. He was a cameraman.
Okay.
Olivia Newton-John was
driving the boat.
No.
With Robert Wagner.
On-off boyfriend of Olivia Newton-John concluded that he was lost at sea.
Okay.
It said that he may have faked his own death. The Australian media said that he may have faked his own death and is still alive in Mexico. Everybody goes to Mexico.
That's not true. That's not written there.
That is.
Did his boat capsize because the front fell off?
The front? The bow?
Have you not seen that famous Australian sketch about the front falling off the boat?
No.
He's going, well, what happened to the tanker? What, the front fell off?
I haven't seen that. Don't know.
He says, is that unusual? What, the front falling off? Yeah, it's very unusual.
It's an overnight fishing trip off the coast of Los Angeles. An overnight fishing trip.
Off the coast of Los Angeles.
Alarm bells.
Have a look at Natalie Wood's disappearance.
The only person that's
Pretty
ever
sure that was
done
off
that.
the coast of Los Angeles as well.
The only person that's ever done that before is
I've sailed off the coast of
Robert
Los
Shaw.
Angeles in a boat.
Have you?
Yep. Catalina Island.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Home of the Wrigley family.
Is that there?
No. This is in 2004. I was doing like a three center thing. It was like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and then it was a cruise.
Well, that happened in 2005. You just missed it.
Ooh, just missed it. Well, I was there before, setting it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Question, Corona.
In other tragic news, go away. What is this now?
£1 for 6 months. What a bargain.
I can't get rid of it now.
Los Angeles Times.
Thanks, Los Angeles Times. I can't.
Disrespectful newspaper.
Okay, I'll move to the next one. This is CTV news. Anne Hesh, 53. She something happened. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but her car plowed into this 2-story family home. Traveled 30 feet in the home, burst into flames. They pulled her from the wreckage, and she ended up on life support in a coma, and was basically pronounced brain dead, which under California law basically means you're dead.
I thought
age 53.
All right. I heard she was under the influence of something. I think she had some sort of issues.
That, yeah.
She had some sort of issues. She jumped in her car. I think she purposefully meant to drive it
into the brick wall.
Well, there's no lawyers listening.
Allegedly,
and I think these are only my thoughts.
Allegedly, don't worry about the thoughts.
Projecting out right now, stupidly.
Should I call my lawyer? See if we can be tried separately.
What I think I read was that somebody told me that no, she jumped in the car, she was intoxicated, and she crashed, and then she drove off again and then crashed elsewhere. That's what I thought I heard. You said she drove 30
feet into the home,
into somebody's house.
Into
you do
that
into my house, you're in somebody else's garden.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a fairly big family home. I mean, it's 30 feet. It's quite a lot. Yeah, that would 30 feet. If you'd done that in the front of my house, you'd have ended up in the back garden.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, it's obviously it's a tragedy for everyone involved. I mean, this poor family's now in their house completely ruined, and someone's lost a life, and Hesh, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing is, her heart's still beating and she's still breathing.
Yeah, for the organ transplant purposes.
Some organ transplant organizations coming to get the organs.
I didn't think you had to keep the person alive. I'm not, again,
I'm not a doctor.
I don't really know. The only
or a
medical stuff I've watched was Monty Python and The Meaning of Life, the bit when they want to take one of his organs out while he's still alive.
That's right, yeah.
I don't watch Casualty or ER or
Grey's
Anatomy. Any of those things. So
maybe you should.
Maybe I should start watching them.
You should watch House MD.
House, that's meant to be good, eh?
That's about a bingo caller, isn't it?
That's right.
Yep.
Is that for years you thought that program was all about bingo?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I thought it's weird. Program about a bingo caller that makes medical decisions. Doesn't make any sense.
God, that would make a great TV show.
Yeah.
That would make a great TV show.
Well, the guy who makes board games. He's a lawyer and he's called Yahtzee.
Yeah, I'll bring us back to reality here.
Please do.
Pull you down. Yeah, she was in. I mean, she was in a good few films as well.
6 Days and 7 Nights with Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, and
because I thought she was going to be like famous after that.
Aye. Well, also she was in Gus Van Sant's scene for scene, shot for shot remake of Psycho.
Yes,
with Vince Vaughn.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which was great as well.
Yeah,
well, you couldn't go wrong, really.
No,
I mean, it was literally shot for shot. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, like J.J. Abrams did a shot for shot remake of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it.
Okay,
give yourself a ding.
I don't know where my dinger's gone. I've lost my dinger.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
See the doctor.
Ding. Yes. I put it away. I tidied up. I tidied my desk up. And
I think Anne-Marie's hidden it from you. So
I think she has as well. She's fed up that noise.
Aye, probably. Where's my dinner? Ding.
Pavlovian responses.
It should come out your running open palm.
Oh, she was in Donnie Brasco as well, and Volcano. But let's not talk about Volcano because it was literally overshadowed by Dante's Peak.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what you did last summer.
She was Al Pacino's girlfriend in. Did you say Carlito's Way?
No, Donnie Brasco.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Edie Falco. That was Mrs. Soprano. Anyway, so
she was lovely. She was great. What a shame. She was obviously troubled.
Yeah. Demons and all that kind of stuff.
Aye. Who would have thunk it?
I know.
What a way to go. Jeez.
Wow. I know.
Holy moly.
Just the thought of it is like, oh
dear.
And then our last
grim
piece of news.
Third grim piece of news. Okay.
Which is
can I bear it?
Which is I'm gonna try and bring it back for you. Salman Rushdie. Oh, for the love of God, these bloody adverts.
Can I try and bring it back? Salman Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie. No, I'm bringing it back because Salman Rushdie is on the mend.
Good.
That's what I was going to say. So he was stabbed by some person with obvious. Let's just say obvious mental problems, mental health issues. Mm-hmm. And he's doing fine. So apparently, he get his arm, his liver, a bit of his lung, and there was a whole bunch of other bits because the guy was like stabbing him when they were pulling him off, and he was like still attacking him.
So is this linked to the fatwa that was?
I believe it is because the fatwa never ever went away. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought it went away, but he just went out of hiding and sort of started to live a normal life.
But is he linked to any, or is he just a lone that's saying that's the reason?
To be honest, I don't know. I know very little about the guy. He's been charged with attempted murder. Is what I know.
I'm making assumptions here, but I'm assuming this is just a lone ball that's using that as an excuse.
Aye, that would be my guess.
To get to him. I don't think he's been out getting trained. If I hold my hands up if he's one of these guys that's been out getting trained, in Syria or somewhere, or wherever these people get trained. But they've played a hell of a long game. They've waited to get this guy. So anyway, regardless of how it was done, horrendous. A 75-year-old man. That's the bottom line. Is a 75-year-old man talking,
stabbed on stage.
That's defenseless.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Anyways, 24-year-old Hadi Matar. He was at Chautauqua County. You should think and you know how to pronounce that. There's a town just down the road from me called Chautauqua. Chautauqua County Courthouse in Mayville, New York. So he's been arraigned and he's been charged with murder. So, just another tragedy this week. But luckily, it didn't go beyond into the realm of
Death.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll finish off your sandwiches for you.
Thanks, man. But yeah, 75-year-old. This is all to do with the satanic verses, which some people on the planet have taken exception to. Mostly, I think it was the Ayatollah Khomeini, wasn't it? It was or one of those guys in Iran.
Issued a fatwa,
Iran.
whatever that is.
Issued a fatwa, which is
I think
it's a death promise. I think that's what it means. It's like roughly translated death promise or something.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's like a call to jihadists. I think
it's like John Wick. Is it John Wick 3 when they'll get the text?
They're all in the VIC-20s. It's exactly like that. That's exactly what it's like, Jody.
They'll get engaged.
That's it. Yep, exactly. That is it, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, let's talk.
And by the way, I'm not making that as a throwaway comment. I know it's serious. That's 3 Grim Stories.
3 Grim Stories. Let's talk about something that's more in our wheelhouse. Complaining about Disney Plus.
Now you're talking.
There you go. Something you can buy. So Disney Plus, Bob Chapek has announced that he wants to gouge up the price of subscriptions to Disney Plus.
Is he jumping in the bandwagon with power companies and things like that?
Aye.
Or what?
So what is it? £4,500 a year now for heating bills, apparently in the UK.
I don't know. I'll tell you what though, right? Mm-hmm. I know this is a story that's come out recently.
Yeah.
However, did we not all think this was coming anyway?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is anything new. And and it's part of my thesis that streaming companies aren't working. They can't make money.
Someone's got a thesis.
A thesis. So anyway, so Disney Plus and Hulu are getting a steep price hike. Essentially, what's happening is they're keeping their existing level. So whatever you pay, what is it you pay in pounds a month? I think we pay $8.99. I think we pay $8.99 a month. That's going to go up to $12.99, I think, in Canada, for the premium version of it. But they're keeping the $8.99 one, and it's going to be ad supported.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what ad supported means. Whether it's going to be front loaded or back loaded or whatever. Like, it's probably going to be front loaded. That makes more sense. Or if it's going to be mid roll. That's going to be real annoying.
By that you mean at the beginning of it or at the end?
Aye, exactly. Well, they're probably not going to do it in the end, but they will definitely do in the middle. Sorry, I don't know if they're going to do in the middle, but they'll definitely do it at the front of it. So before you get to watch Thor: Love and Thunder, you're going to have to sit through 2 minutes, 3 minutes of adverts.
Yeah. Well, if it's anything like, because Prime are doing this already.
Yeah, but it's skippable though. It's house ads.
Yeah, but they're through the whole bloody movie.
Where?
So they're right in the middle. They're not like just at the beginning. I've not
seen this.
Yeah, we've got this. Mm-hmm.
Is that for Prime or is that for? Because there's another service that's part of it, which used to be IMDb Movies.
No, it's on Prime. It's the movies are free, but there's adverts that kind of crop up in them.
I've never seen this.
Because I watched a Johnny Rotten documentary, and there was adverts through it. I actually watched it because I thought, because I knew this kind of advert thing was coming up, and I thought, I wonder how they're going to handle it. And they stick them right in the middle of the thing.
I have not seen that.
Right in your face.
I have not seen that at all.
Yeah. So I wonder if they'll do the same thing with these. Because obviously, the people that are going to pay for the advert or pay to be on in the middle of a film, they're not going to want to pay to, they want it right in your face. They don't want the advert to be
in the middle. Yeah. Well, in the middle means that you're probably not going to see it.
Well, you will see it if it's in the middle because you're not going to watch the film.
Yeah, but that's the thing is there's no guarantee. There's a guarantee that you're going to start the film, but there's no guarantee you're going to end the film.
Well, I think there's a pretty high guarantee.
Well, is there? Who knows?
Maybe not in your house, but in my house we watch a film from beginning to end.
That's not true. Let me roll tape. There has been many times you've started off on Friday. You get halfway through a movie and one or other of you says, no, let's not bother. So
damn it.
you do it more than we do.
I'm actually going to have that conversation again later on.
So
but anyway, but
exactly.
9 times out of 10, though, they're going to want a couple of adverts smack bang in the middle, I reckon.
Aye. Yeah, I think this is indicative of what's happening. I mean, I think they're just beating Netflix to the punch because I think Netflix suggested they were going to do it. They obviously haven't got around to rolling that out yet. So Disney Plus is going to be the first ones to do it.
Netflix are the ones that really need to do it because they've got nothing coming in apart from streaming. Subscribers. They should have thought this through well
I think
now.
To be honest, I mean, I know Disney will plead poverty and all that kind of stuff, but like we were looking at the prices of like day trips to the park. You got to reserve a day. You can't just turn up and go there. You got to reserve a day. It's upwards of like 150, 160 bucks US dollars per day to get into the parks. It's just like everything's a gouge for Disney, and it just doesn't feel like it's worth it anymore. But Anna said, well, I think we should get rid of Disney. And I went, hold on there. The podcast is built on this streaming service. It's all Marvel and it's all Star Wars. If there's anything that's going to go, it's Netflix.
Yeah, but
because they're 20-something odd bucks. I mean, Disney's cheaper and it's got more content.
Aye, Netflix have lost subscribers as well lately.
Yep, a lot of subscribers.
And they're also trying to do. I mean, we spoke about this before.
Lost a lot of employees as well.
Well, yeah, and they're also trying to. I've lost my train of thought here. They're also trying to clamp down on
password sharing.
Out with your household.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll clamp down on that, but
no idea.
I mean, but they've got to get adverts in because they've got to make some money back elsewhere because they're not. Why? I mean, I don't understand why some of these movies aren't coming out in the cinema. They're making just now.
That's what the high hygiene Discovery, David, whatever his name is. That's what he's like. He says, no. All this stuff should be coming out in the cinema. Cinema first. You get 45 days in the cinema, and then it comes out on streaming. So he's clamping down on all this. But I mean, Lightyear didn't take that long to get to Disney Plus.
No.
I can't imagine Love and Thunder's that far behind.
No. Well, Multiverse of Madness didn't take long either.
No, it did not, no.
That seemed to be on within just a few weeks. But at least they're putting it out in the cinema. They're making some revenue off the movies in the cinema. Netflix don't have that option, or they've not made it.
Well, I mean, they have done things, and I mean, they did Roma at a limited release.
Yeah,
in the theaters. I think again, my plan for Netflix would be stop with the dumping of content. You get one new episode every week. And I think they need to do better planning as well, because I think Disney's actually pretty good at that. Because they're saying, we're going to move Andor out because that's going to clash with the end of She-Hulk. So you have to watch all of She-Hulk before you get to watch Andor. Yeah. And I think that's a better way of doing it than the way that Netflix is, which is like, here's Sandman, here's Umbrella Academy,
but
here's Stranger Things.
But do you know what else? Disney are better at doing advertising their products, advertising their content.
Yeah,
you never really hear of an outlet to say, "Oh, this is coming," or
No.
I mean that.
Maybe we should do it as a service to Netflix.
Maybe. But there's been some really quite good films coming out, and they just drop them. They just drop them out of nowhere.
The Jamie Foxx one, Day Shift.
I know. I never even heard of that before.
No, never even heard of it.
It dropped, and it's like a pure movie. It should be in the cinema.
Yeah,
that movie.
But the other one he had, it was Superpower, or it was basically like Limitless, but it was with Jamie Foxx instead of Bradley Cooper. Yeah. You take a pill or whatever it was. Anyway, that was straight to Netflix as well.
The monster movie, the cartoon monster movie. I mean, it absolutely rivaled.
The Marshalls,
Pixar, or no, it was like an animation.
Yeah, the Marshalls and the Monsters, or whatever it's called.
No, not that one. Mitchell's and the Machines. No.
Mitchell's and the Machines. Yeah.
Well, that one should have come out in the cinema as well.
Yeah.
You know, that totally rivaled anything. No, it was a sea monster thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that looked like How to Train Your Dragon.
That's terrific, brilliant.
Yeah.
And they just drop these things like, there you go.
But that's the thing, though, is if they don't value it, then no one does. And
correct.
And that's the problem. Whereas everything in Disney's sort of sacred, more things than others, I guess.
I mean, they just dropped that. I know this is about Disney, but still talking about Netflix. They dropped that Grey Man.
Well, to be honest, it's about streaming services.
Yeah, and that movie's got
Ryan Gosling.
At least two of the biggest actors in the world right now.
Yeah,
Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans.
Yeah.
You know,
there's the Spiderhead one as well.
What one's that?
The Chris Hemsworth one.
Aye. They just keep dropping these things, and it's like.
But they dropped that at the same time as the Grey Man, or within 1 or 2 weeks. It's like,
they need to sort themselves out. Yeah, big
it's
time.
like you gotta stretch this stuff out. You gotta be careful with this, because they used to be a good term back when we were playing video games on computers, not on consoles, and it was called shovelware. And it was basically any old crap, just get it in the shelves, because we'll sell it by volume. And that's essentially what Netflix has become, is just basically big giant shovelware. Like,
but it's not crap.
Netflix is like, we hadn't sat down, and then we're going to get to it.
Some of it is
later on. When I talk more about it, but they do consistently good shows. Umbrella Academy, season 1 and 2 were fantastic. Season 3 is amazing and blows the previous 2 seasons out of the water. It's brilliant. And I'll talk about it later on. But yeah, this is the downfall of it all, is the fact that they've realized that they can't make money, because as soon as you put a show on streaming, the viewing audience, because you don't care about it, goes, okay, now what?
Yeah,
and they need to get to that special thing, that kind of like, this is an event, almost.
But like I've said before as well, which is, Disney owns all
everything
of the products, everything they show on Disney Plus, they own. They own Star Wars, they own Marvel, they own National Geographic, all the movies that they show, everything.
Yeah.
Whereas Netflix, they're paying
content creators, because Umbrella Academy, for example, is Universal. Sandman is Warner Brothers.
Are they? So they're not Netflix productions?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep. It comes up and says Warner Brothers logo at the start of Sandman, because it's a DC Comics thing. And then at the start of Umbrella Academy, it says Universal Entertainment something.
I thought they were productions by.
No.
Oh dear, that's even worse then.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is, though.
Stranger Things is them, but it's a third-party production company. It's like 21 Laps or something it's called, or whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called, but it's under license to them.
Yeah, because I thought they were maybe doing a kind of big push on content that they owned, so that at least they had some sort of something to fall back on. But obviously not.
Yeah.
Anyway, streaming is not going the way that people thought, I don't think.
No, and this is the other one, is Peacock, and Peacock is NBC Universal. Just to give you a clue, they own Friends and The Office US. So the massive content, and they've got Saturday Night Live. It's huge stuff they've got there. They are hemorrhaging subscribers as much as Netflix is.
No, Friends and The Office are done.
They're old, I know.
People have seen them a million times.
Their Hail Mary just now is their biggest show in daytime is Days of Our Lives, which is the soap opera, that kind of smell the fart acting, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That kind of. Anyway, yeah, exactly. they're taking it off the air. So you can no longer watch this on NBC. You have to watch it in Peacock. Because that's how desperate they are to get subscribers.
All these poor wee old
screen.
ladies looking
Exactly.
for their hit of Days of
Our
Lives.
They'll be sitting there with a wee remote controls going, how do you work this internet thing? Exactly. And it's not,
suddenly,
they can't get it.
Suddenly they've got to pay $5.99 a month to watch their favourite show that they've been watching for years.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And they still get adverts. On top of the cable bill. And it could be the fact that they get it over the air, they get it free. Because they get it with the digital over the air, like Freeview system.
Very poor.
And then they pay money for it.
Talking of, Peacock. Still obviously. Did you call me? We did the trial for Paramount Plus.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, aye. But for us, there's nothing really on there.
No.
If you're a Star Trek fan, good. But there's a lot of old movies on there. But
did you not watch CSI Las Vegas?
No, we watched. Oh God, what the hell was it called? It was all about a sinkhole in LA, and all these people fell into it.
Oh yeah.
And they fell into it and went right through into this other world that was like 10,000 years in the past. And it was, do you know what, right? If it wasn't so cliched, it would have been good if they'd made it a comedy. See if they'd made it a comedy. It would have been actually brilliant. But because they were taking it themselves so seriously, it really wasn't good.
Anna's been watching Ghosts or something or whatever it is, which is on Paramount Plus.
Do you get that anyway, though? You don't pay extra for that, do you?
No, we get it. Sam paid for it because she wanted it for some show or other, so she pays for it.
But, you add up all these subscription services, and it's like $5.99 here, $8.99 there, $12.99 here.
Hey, you're back up to cable.
Wait a minute here, worse than cable. And we pay for. I don't know.
You pay for Sky as well.
Pay for Sky.
It's called.
It's called Sky, but it's used to be a satellite thing, but we get it all through the broadband now.
Which is
Sky?
So is it not? So is it just not a cable company now? I mean,
yeah, I suppose it is.
Okay,
it's crazy, isn't it? So we pay for that. Plus, we pay Apple TV, which is consistently good, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's not a lot of content on there, but you've got to start somewhere. And it's the cheapest one as well.
It is, yeah. And it's free if you buy an Apple device.
Well, yeah, that's true. Which we didn't. We
for 6 months, I think it was.
Disney Plus, Netflix, and Prime. So we've got 4 on the go.
It still has 2 of my favourite shows this year.
Severance and
Foundation.
Oh yeah, of course. Is that this year? Foundation.
Yeah.
Is it? God, that's been a long year.
I know. Well, my other favourite show, of course, is Raised by Wolves. But
oh god, loved it.
But that's not on that one.
No,
it's on Crave. As is Westworld.
Well, we have to pay extra for Crave here.
Yeah, we have to pay that extra as well.
Another one that I would like to get is Shudder, which is the
horror one.
Horror one. You need to pay extra for that as well. I'm not willing to pay anymore.
No,
I'll be stripping back. I might get rid of. See if Apple TV wasn't so consistent, but I kind of.
But again, Apple TV's so cheap.
It is cheap. Probably.
It's like I could buy a pint of beer, or I could have Apple TV for a month.
It's hard to lose one. Actually,
yeah.
Hard to lose one.
Honestly, after the season of Umbrella Academy, I could see myself dropping Netflix for a few months.
I think Netflix is maybe the one, but then there's always so much content on there that there's always something. Really,
the thing is, Sam watches. Well, you know what? She'd still have Family Guy and American Dad on Disney Plus. Because that used to be on Netflix and it's now not.
Yeah. Well, we watched Last Man on Earth on Prime, but then.
Oh, did you?
But it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So it's funny how there's a kind of crossover.
Yeah.
It's free and it's free on Prime. It's not
Yeah,
pay extra for it. So
that's
I
weird
don't know.
because it was free on Netflix at one point.
Yeah.
So, except for the last season, we had to buy that. But anyway, that's because we watched it just as it came out. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Days of Our Lives. Going back to that story, Days of Our Lives moved to Peacock September 12th. Here's how to watch it.
Disgusting.
So just follow this, Granny, and you'll be up there in no time watching Dr. Drake Ramori or whatever his name is. In funny, we'll get to funny news in just a sec. That's the funny news there. A wee hint there. Rogue One is returning to theaters.
Yes.
In an IMAX print. That's interesting.
With an exclusive look at new TV show on Disney Plus Andor.
So when is it coming out?
Must be pretty soon because Andor's September, so
yeah.
So it must be this month at some point, is it?
Rogue One: A Star Wars Story is available on digital, HD, Blu-ray, and DVD. Doesn't actually say.
I don't know. Is that the thing I sent you?
Yeah. Limited run exclusives. Prequel series. Oh yeah, there you go. Limited run on Friday, August 26th. So
just one day.
Long. Yeah.
Was that just for one day or just for?
I think so. Yeah. Along with the film returning to IMAX, a special look at the new Disney Plus series starring Diego Luna will be also included.
Maybe worth going to see again in the cinema. Actually, it's very.
We should talk about this as well.
What's that?
Mark Ruffalo says Star Wars projects are too similar, while MCU are all different.
Oh,
Mark.
Let's get Mark on.
Mark,
chat about that. Come on now.
I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah. Later.
And it's to do with previews.
Have you heard the kind of heavy rumours as well that
Heavy rumor
that the chap that's doing Andor, showrunner, director,
Fred Armisen.
Is it?
No.
He also got brought on to fix
Tony Gilroy,
yeah.
Oh, did he not? Was he not pulled into? Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he got pulled in to fix Rogue One.
Yeah,
he took it off Gareth Edwards.
Yeah,
not pull it off him, but but there's kind of rumours that it was more Tony Gilroy's baby eventually than it was Gareth Edwards.
Oh, really?
Even though Gareth Edwards' name is there for director.
Did he come in and change it so it didn't do that run along the beach scene with the hard drive?
Yeah, I mean, remember all those bits that weren't in the trailer? Oh,
yeah.
sorry, the bits
that were in the trailer that weren't in the movie.
Weren't in the movie.
Yeah.
Aye.
I remember them well.
So I think he shook up a lot of it.
Good. Tightened some of the screws.
I would love to, yeah.
Made sure the switches were flush.
Aye. I would love to know the complete story of that. And I would also love to know the complete story of the Solo movie.
Yeah, I'd like to know
what went down with that.
Yeah,
the other two, I think there's two interesting stories there that have not been revealed.
Do you know what it is? It was because it was too similar to The Last Man on Earth. Because it was too much of Han Solo going, freaking Lando.
Oh, farts. Yeah, you're probably right. Sure. And it's not seen Last Man on Earth. Come on.
Please
get
go
it in your
watch
life.
it. Yeah.
Get it in your life.
It's honestly, and then you can leave it for a year and then watch it again, and you're going, I don't remember this episode.
It's awesome.
It's great. So apparently Mark Ruffalo says Star Wars projects are too similar while MCU are all different. Mark. Booby. No, you're wrong. The amount of times I'm looking at it going like, okay, here we go. This is going to be the exact same movie as this other one. It just ends in a big CGI battle.
Yeah, Marvel movies need to change a little bit because
They're getting a
kind
bit
of formula.
formulaic.
There's definitely a formula going on there. Yeah, but I think in general movies they've got to be like that anyway, don't they? Because you don't want anything that's going to be completely different, to what people have enjoyed in the past.
Yeah.
You want it to be and you want it to be in the realms of Marvel superhero comics and things like that. So, both. I reckon both.
Both have their place.
Yeah, they've both got to kind of stick to certain limits.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
that's it. Well, Peter Gabriel, that's what he always said. He said, "Never give an artist free range. Take things away from him, and he gets more creative."
It's true. Mm-hmm. That's why he decided to remove all the cymbals from drum kits.
Correct.
Shall we head on to the next section of the podcast?
Yes.
What indeed are you watching, as the kids say?
Why am I never prepared for this?
I don't know.
I watched your Woodstock '99.
Oh, did you?
Wow. So many layers.
Wow.
So many layers.
So much incompetency. So much, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but do you not think there was an element of the angry bands that they
I mean, I don't think you should have put on Rage Against the Machine,
Limp
Bizkit,
and Korn.
Who was the other one? Korn, that was the other one, yeah. One after the other, building the crowd into a furore, almost, of angry frat
There was
guys.
that. So you had all those idiot fans that like those bands.
And then in the end, it was break stuff. Which is,
and that Fred Durst is just an idiot.
He comes off, he goes, I don't know, was it me?
When me? They're like ripping stuff apart and he's singing a song about burn it down or something. Yeah. And almost encouraging it.
Yeah. And he comes off stage and he's like, I don't know why I never encouraged it.
Yeah. The guy that ran it, God rest his soul, because spoilers, he does die like 3 months after the interview. But he was like he had no responsibility at all. No. He's like, well, these things happen.
A couple of bad people.
Taking everybody's water off them and then charging them $6 a bottle.
$12 at the end. That was ridiculous. $12 for a bottle of water.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't condone ripping the place apart, though.
No, it doesn't.
I think that's
but it doesn't.
Bit to do with that generation of American teenagers
that culture.
At that time.
I mean, I think as well, having it in the late 1990s when the frat boy mentality was like at its peak frat boy. That didn't help. Like I think it was kind of a perfect storm.
Yeah, it was.
Much similar to 1969 when they had Woodstock and it was all peace and love and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that was of its time as well.
Yeah, having all these angry
can't
bands
recreate it. I know, but I mean, obviously that was the big bands at the time. But again, that fit the zeitgeist. It didn't necessarily was a good idea. To put these bands on, but it certainly was that kind of
It just made me hate those bands even more than I hated them already.
Well, let me put it this way: I didn't rush out and go like, "What about Korn's doing these days?" Unlike when I was watching the Sex Pistols. I was like, I didn't want anything to do with them. I just thought the whole thing was.
I know. Anyway, watch that. Highly great documentary, by the way.
And it's three episodes, and it details the 3 days, and I think it does it very leanly. It doesn't drag it out. It's actually a well-paced documentary, and it gets into the action pretty fast on each of the days.
Yep.
Doesn't, like I said, doesn't drag. So yeah, I would recommend. I think it's
me too.
it's a good Netflix documentary. It's not one of those 12-parter ones where you're going like, oh my god, get up the staircase already.
They'll get down the staircase.
It's good, get down the staircase. Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Spoilers. Raiders of the Lost Ark we watched, continuing theme of Indiana Jones films
in
which
chronological
was
order.
thoroughly enjoyable.
Good
Of
movie.
course, it's a classic. Obviously, you're watching it now, and there's like, the way it's so convenient, the way that it goes from bit to bit, kind of thing.
There's
but,
a
still.
homage to it in the Umbrella Academy.
Is there?
The bit where he's running over the hill going, Jack, start the engine,
All right,
start
okay.
the engine.
Right.
There's a bit where Klaus is running down a hill and he's getting chased by these Amish, and he's going, number 5, start the car, start the car.
Really?
Yeah,
it's really good. And I asked Danny which one he preferred between the two so far, and he said, guess
Raiders.
what one? No.
Temple of Doom, really.
But I think at that age, you would prefer that one because it's got all the kind of gore in it, and it's kind of bit scary and stuff.
I'll tell you right now, he's not gonna like Last Crusade.
Oh, I don't know. I think he will. He will.
It's too heavy, man. I loved it. Like I went to the cinema 5 times. I think I drove up and down to Ayr to watch that Last Crusade.
Did you saw that 5 times in the cinema?
Yeah, loved that movie.
Me too. I think no. For me, that's the best one.
Yeah.
It's hard to say though because
I think I'd shell your soul for the slime of humanity.
Anyway, yeah, Will loved it.
Yeah. And who's more perfect to play Indiana Jones's dad than Sean Connery?
Of course,
because that was the whole conceit of the movie was.
That's right.
I really want to direct a James Bond movie.
That's right. Yeah.
How about I make something better for you, Steve?
Good old George.
Good old George. And I've got to talk about George as well.
On that note, I watched the old ILM.
The Light and Magic.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! What a page turner!
6-parter.
Wow! I breezed through that. It was a walk in the park.
Yeah. What a documentary. Brilliant.
So, two things I realised watching that documentary. I know so many current and former members of ILM by name, and I could see them by sight, and I could go, "Oh, it's Dennis Muren." Yeah. Second thing is, George Lucas is a genius, but he can't direct. Just can move him away from direction. He can't do the directing thing. But he's a great filmmaker.
He's a great filmmaker, a great ideas man.
Yeah,
and a vision. The vision he had.
Oh my God, yeah. He shaped the modern film industry. Like there's a bit in there where he said, so what we really wanted to do was we wanted to project this in digital projectors, but no one had digital projectors. So we basically bought one and put one in a theater, and everybody was against us, and it was like, in other words, it was heresy. It was like, you'll never get digital projection in movie theaters. And he said, so we did the first one, it was like 1. We did the second one, it was 2, it was 20, and we did the third one, and it was 500 and some theaters were all digital projectors, and now it's all digital projectors. It's basically a hard drive you get, and you dunk it in, and that's your movie. Mm-hmm. It's like he's just transformed the movie industry.
Yeah, I mean the whole Pixar thing as well.
Pixar,
I didn't realize that was his thing.
Yeah, it was a box. It was a little box.
The computer. That was the computer that they used for the first kind of digital effects. And then he's like, nah, I'm not really interested in that. Sold it to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs took it and ran with it and got his, what do you call the guy?
Ed Catmull, John Lasseter. Well, John Lasseter already joined the computer division. What's interesting about all of that, though, is so Pixar gets sold to Steve Jobs, and this is the bit they didn't talk about. So Steve Jobs basically parlays the acquisition of Pixar by Disney, but in doing so becomes the largest stakeholder in Disney.
Yeah.
So it's effectively Pixar like Pixar merged with Disney effectively.
Yeah.
And then Disney buys Lucasfilm, which includes ILM.
I know.
It's just like everything's just all coming together. It's just, I don't know. It just feels maybe George is right. Maybe it is like poetry. Maybe it does rhyme.
Of course, he's right. He's George.
He's George Lucas.
He's George.
It's you look at these contemporaries and you're going like, what have those guys done compared to George Lucas? And I mean, it's a lot, but it's not as much as him.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what I have been watching.
And I'm stalling because of that, because I can see you looking at your notes. Have you seen that there's a video on YouTube and it's this guy, he's walking through this street in San Francisco and he's doing like a piece to camera and he's talking away and a guy walks behind him in the shot into the court building and it's George Lucas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right, I'll just have to wing it. Sandman.
Oh,
I'm on episode 7.
Nice.
I'm nearly finished it.
Nice.
They've started to get kind of almost like mini movies. With these kind of later episodes.
I wonder if it's doing like chapter from the books.
No, I don't know. I'm sure. I don't know if it's close to the material. I'll be honest with you, but it seemed more of a kind of continuous story, and then episode 5 and 6 seem to be like kind of mini movies, but they're still linked to the whole story.
Yeah.
But yeah, still really good. Also, what else am I watching? Do you know what I started watching? Richard Pryor, live in concert. You know the old one?
Okay, the live from Sunset Boulevard?
Because I thought, I've not seen that for ages, and I thought, I wonder if it's still funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. It's bloody funny.
Okay.
It's really funny. It's really good. Really, really good.
Okay.
And Joe Coy, watched him. You seen him? He's
No, not seen him, no.
He's a South Korean American comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty funny.
Okay.
He does sort of jokes about race and kind of things that maybe it gets away with stuff.
Yeah.
Because the way he does it, it's really good and it's really funny and it's. I've watched the Hawaii one that he did.
Okay.
And
he's on Netflix.
He's got another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Jokoy. He's pretty funny.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
God, I'm sure there's quite a lot of things we watched. We watched that Alone movie on Netflix, which is it's a woman driving, she's moving like one town to another, and this guy starts to stalk her on the road, basically. So it's a bit like Duel, kind of, but
or
it's like
The Hitcher with Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, a bit like those kind of things. Mm-hmm. This guy's a loony. Mm-hmm. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good.
Was there not one recently as well with your pal Russell Crowe?
Oh, I've not seen that one, actually.
Yeah.
I felt that's pretty good as well.
Kind of similar.
Yeah, I felt that's pretty good. And we watched Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty fun.
It was alright. Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Yeah. Sandra Bullock.
No, it was pretty good fun, actually. Quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did fall asleep at the end, but because it was getting a bit kind of.
Yeah. The only one I haven't seen it. Well, I haven't seen a few movies of hers, but yeah, the only one I don't really want to watch is Bird Box.
I
don't know.
Because you're a big fearty.
Because that, yes. Then that is all.
I've seen it. The problem about that film is that The Quiet Place came out around the same time, and it was much better.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well,
I
watched Light and Magic, which was honestly a page turner for me. I binged watched 3 episodes in one night.
Me too.
And I was
actually,
like, oh man, I can't watch anymore. It's like midnight at that point. And then just watch the next 3 over the next couple of days.
Yeah, pretty much did the same thing.
Yeah, so good. Like they just did their hands in so many different things, different techniques and things. Just really good. Watch it. It's on Disney Plus. Well worth the price of admission. We've been watching Umbrella Academy. We watched the first episode in the UK when we were on holiday, but we were kind of like half asleep. And here's the problem I've got with streaming. So we watched every single one of the Umbrella Academy seasons in 1 week. So when you get to season 3, or when you get to the next season, you're like, who's that guy? Yeah. What's his name? Because you haven't watched it for 51 weeks.
Yeah.
Or sometimes longer. And you're like trying to like piece yourself together, and just, I don't know, just it kind of takes you out a little bit. I have to say it is brilliant. Have you been watching it?
I think I got through the first season. I don't think I watched season 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or 3.
So,
no.
You know how we have Elliot Page now?
Yes.
They cover that beautifully in the story. It's just it's seamless. It's fantastic. There's a little bit of awkwardness from some of the characters, which is just brilliant. But it's played really well.
That's good.
And it's a great transfer.
Yeah, because it was a kind of romance thing. They were kind of
there was a kind of sissy thing.
Conman person.
Yeah. So it works really well. So Vanya's now called Victor, and so it's great. It's brilliant. It's really well done. But I've got to say, like, so Elliot's character is pretty good. Not my favorite though. My favorite is still number 5, the kid.
The wee kid, oh yeah.
The wee kid. He is just. He's like 19 or something, and he's fantastic. Like all the other guys are like in the 35-ish, that kind of market. I'm sure and he just holds his own.
I'm sure he's going to be in something quite big. Not that Umbrella Academy.
Is it
not big?
Is it that Zack Snyder's Star Wars thing?
I think you might be right. Yeah. I think you could be right.
Anyway, the 3rd season is every bit as good as the 2nd season. That was every bit as good as the 1st season. I love all of it, and it's quite nice in Canada because they film it bits and places around here as well. In my back garden, just outside. The briefcases and all that kind of stuff right there. Cough button.
Pardon?
Cough button. A button for coughing.
Oh, a cough button.
Started watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds again. Again, Monster of the Week type thing. They did one this week where it's like, would someone think of the children? Really well done. I have no complaints about that show. It's a Monster of the Week Star Trek. Just it is about 1 billion times better than Picard.
Yeah. What was the other one that was out on
Discovery?
Aye, Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
Is it better than that? Yeah.
100%, yeah. I couldn't get into Discovery. I tried it and I'm like, no, this isn't for me.
I remember James raving about that, and I started it, but I just couldn't.
Yeah,
I'm not a Star Trek guy anyway.
No. But one show that has just got me going, just now, and I don't know why I'm sticking with it. I mean, I really should just give up because I don't get it. The finale is tonight, and it's Westworld.
Oh, really? I've not been watching it actually. Not been watching it.
I mean, at some point, it's just going to flash up on the screen. This maze is not for you, because I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Do you know, I've had that fear about that show. that eventually it's just going to get so. It's going to put so much trust in the person that's watching it that they're going to get everything that I'm not going to be there.
You know how AMC has those like Fear of the Walking Dead kind of oh no me. So I got something back in my throat since I started talking now. You know, like those Fear of the Walking Dead explaining shows. They need that for Westworld. For idiots. Pointing at myself there. I just don't get it half the time. Like I don't know what's going on.
Have you ever done that with a you know how it's like there's YouTube videos and it's like such and such explained, you know, Interstellar explained or whatever. I've had to do that with shows sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, huh? What was the last one I did that for? God. What was the last one? Oh, it was quite recently.
Severance?
Might have been something like that. I'm thinking.
Like, okay, here's the thing. So, Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves, it was actually
quite highbrow. I'm picking up on the subtleties. It's very kind of, you know, it's got that kind of religious aspect to it. It's got atheists, all that kind of stuff, and it's got this like holy-ish war going on, and they get fairly big themes in it. That's fairly understandable because they're not mucking about with time. It's just so confusing.
Yeah, I know, but see, with Raised by Wolves, they put in these crazy elements into it, and you're like, what? When she gives birth to the big serpent.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. He's like hanging. So the imagery, I'm like,
what does that mean?
I kind of want to know more.
So that the upside down one, that was Judas, I think, was hung upside down.
Right.
Judas Iscariot was hung upside down because they didn't want him to hang the same way as Jesus did, so they hung him upside down, which means that he's not the Messiah, he's Judas, because that other guy that's totally religious, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I'm getting that, like I understand that, but I can't get Westworld. It's I feel like it's, you know, that Darryl O'Brien one where he said GTA. He says, there's bits of the island I can't get to and I'm driving to it because I haven't completed enough of the game yet. And he says it's a bit like a book just slamming shut and going like, I'm sorry, I don't think you understood the allegory in chapter 4. You can't proceed.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like at some point the website is just going to power down and go, like, you're not getting this, are you?
No.
And I'm like, no, I'm not. But I quite enjoy images because they're pretty.
I know.
Because I like the backgrounds.
Raised by Wolves is based on the Book of Enoch. The ancient Hebrew apocalyptic text that contains materials related to why certain angels fell from heaven, as well as the origins of giants and demons.
There you go.
Interesting.
That is interesting. And serpents. Was there any mention of serpents?
And serpents, yeah.
I also watched, just to end because we're a wee bit over, I also watched fourth rate Indiana Jones, Uncharted.
Did you?
I did, yes.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much for... so we'll see you all later. Bye. So... Is it me? Because you watched that Sandra Bullock thing.
Yeah.
Is that not the same movie?
Not quite. I went to cinema to see Uncharted.
Because there's a bit at the end with the ships that was kind of similar to the bit where they go to the
oh, right.
You know that bit there where they go under the water thing and they go in the caves and stuff?
I fell asleep.
Okay. Well, it's very similar. Although it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't...
Okay, it was okay.
It was okay until they started throwing ships at each other.
Oh my god, that bit was ridiculous. That was total Fast and Furious stuff.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
Ships on big, massive, big pirate ships.
Do you not think somebody would have turned around to the director and said, "You know how physics works, right?"
Clearly not.
Yeah. Yeah. It was okay. I mean,
Well,
I liked the characters. They were likable.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Well, they're always. I mean, Mark Wahlberg's always good. I think.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's just brilliant.
90% of the time, he's likable. 100% of the time.
Absolutely likable.
Yeah.
100. Yeah, 100. 110%.
Yeah.
No, he's a very likable actor.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't know who the girl was, but she was good as well.
She was in The Wilds, which has been cancelled. Yeah, The Wilds is it's basically these girls turn up on a beach. It's kind of like Lost. They turn up on the beach and they try and like survive on this desert island.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty good actually. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, she plays one of the characters that gets marooned. You say on the island. And yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she has a good time. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of seen it all before a little bit, and you know, that was the vibe I got off it. You know, it's kind of been there, done it.
It's always the same thing where it's like all of these things are like there's these elaborate set pieces that they go through. Where there's the bit where they have to like follow each other through GPS. One's on above, one's below because one's the devil, one's the angel. And then they go through this thing. They end up in like a rave at one point. And you're going like, so no one's discovered this before, these secret caves. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So, you need to put a bit of suspend your belief.
That's right, yeah. That's why I've got suspenders.
Pardon? What? And in that bombshell...
It's time to end. If you got this far, don't forget to smash the old like button and share. Comment below. What's your favorite Indiana Jones style movie? We'd be happy to debate that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want time reminders when we put a new video up, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will work its algos and give you our videos when we put them up. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.